let's be honest. Yasiin Bey, I know you didn't go listen to that Scary Hours Deluxe for all the dogs. I think you should. Because if the only Drake you're bumping into is in Target or on the radio, then you would be on some like...
He's pop.
That's all it is.
Because now you're not looking at how we know what this man can do. He is pop, but the boy can rap his ass off. And you being a lyricist should understand that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Rap Life Review. You got Low, known to Deska. You got Eddie coming in from LA, coming in hot. And I'm Ebro. And we come together and talk about the happenings in hip hop and rap and the music and all of those things. Yeah. We're definitely getting to Drake and Yasiin Bey. Got a lot of great albums out. We got to tell Rolling Stone to shut the fuck up. We start with a little congratulations for DDG and
Holly.
Is it Haley?
Haley, yeah.
It's Haley Bailey.
Haley Bailey.
Not Holly.
Nah.
Holly is Berry, not Bailey.
Not Bailey.
It's very confusing. I'm getting older.
I still call Holly Berry Haley. I'm gonna keep it on.
I say everything wrong. So don't even get mad at me.
No, I say
whatever.
Holly Berry. I know it's hot and it's Haley, so I know the difference.
Other baby news: Callie Uchis and Don Toliver got a baby.
Congrats.
Yeah, on the way. Yeah.
I don't know why they trying to outshine my baby that's on the way. They gotta stay out the way.
I didn't even know that. I saw it on Instagram and I was like,
they gotta stay out the way, B.
Congrats, Brody.
Baby Darden is on the way, pulling up. You know what I'm saying? All right. Shout to G Herbo, pled guilty. You know he had that fraud, nationwide fraud conspiracy thing.
Yep.
They was
it was on his ass. Yeah, what, 3 years?
Swiping and scamming and so yeah, anyway, he'll serve 3 years probation, pay over 280 grand in restitutions and fines.
That boy got lucky. That boy got lucky.
Yeah. He got off scot-free. Not scot-free, but it could have been a lot worse.
Well, they want to hit him with that guilty.
Yeah.
And then boom, let's get into it. The album's out. 21 Savage, American Dream. Anybody consume that?
Fire.
Yeah.
I like that. It was a pleasant listen. I like it. It was a diverse listen.
Yep.
There was a lot of great songs on there. I love the record with Mariah the Scientist where he talked about what's really going on in the streets.
Yep.
Cats is failing in rap and turning back to the streets and all that.
I like Red Drum is cool.
Red Drum.
Red Rum go crazy.
Red Rum.
Yeah. It's a lot of R&B influence in there.
Makes sense. Bro, on IG Live singing.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he put out some kind of like R&B project in the coming years.
Nah, he ain't gonna do no R&B.
Or just heavily.
What do you mean when you say
heavily,
that?
Like
heavily, every song has an R&B hook type of thing.
It's great, dog. You know what it felt like to me? It felt like because obviously, clearly, he has a relationship with Drake, and it felt like it had almost a Drake structure to it. Like it's clearly his thing. Like it's 21 Savage. It's a 21 Savage album, but I don't know. I mean, he feels like one of the rare street dudes making music that are trying in that way. Like, of course, he released the video with bro from Stranger Things and Donald Glover, and he said he's got an upcoming movie about it, and talking about the R&B song "See the Real," "Improve It" featuring Summer Walker had like that '90s R&B influence.
Nah, it's fire joint.
The Bonnet joint is tough.
Yeah, he seems like he one of the only like street rappers that are trying this hard. Like he don't feel no kind of way about being too cool. Like he gives you all sides of it, and I appreciate him for that.
He's just trying to make good music, I think is what I hear you saying. I don't see him, being a level of vulnerable I don't hear other rappers being. Yeah. As much as when you say street rappers or people that we term as, authentically coming from that cloth or that place, as much as he's putting in an effort to have great musicality and great and things you actually want to listen to that has more to it than just this producer stamp on the front. You know what I mean? I hate turning on the album now and literally every song has so and so on the beat. Right. This thing on the the beginning of every song has some producer stamp on it. I get why it's happening, and shout to those producers for wanting to put their stamp on it.
But it's good not to have that constantly thrown in your face.
Yeah, it just feels like this album flowed, and that wasn't that
No, I think you look at him, the time he spent with Drake, on the road with that album, I think he's, picked up a lot of tools of how to sequence and how to really put things in position and the features and the structures of these records. So, I think that wore off on him. Not to say he wasn't already there, but I think it helped a little bit with this album. So.
Well, and I think it should be noted that 21, yes, he should be taking some cues from the great, you know, one of the GOATs in Drake, and how to structure an album and make it, you know, accessible to multiple audiences, men, women, you know, cross-generational even.
Target.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe play the Target, maybe? At Target?
Maybe? 21 at Target?
Nah.
Ooh, I don't know if he got enough SKUs. Be honest with you. I don't know if he got enough SKUs yet.
All the SKUs.
And speaking of the SKUs and Target, we're going to get to that Mos Def, Yasiin Bey and Drake little tidbit of content. Shout out to Kid Cudi, #3 album on Apple Music. And shout out to my brother James Samuel with an amazing movie. I don't know if you had time to go check it. The Book of Clarence. Very, very good. And then that album, you know, produced, composed by James Samuel, and that's got the Hove, D'Angelo.
Yeah.
You always got a Doja Cat spitting fire with Kodak Black. Listen, that Doja Cat Kodak Black on there, Kodak Black talking that talk. It's one of them Kodak Black verses you want, where he talking about what he been through, where he coming from, and trying to, you know, like he really goes in.
Yeah.
The Lil Wayne, Shabba, Buju record.
That Wayne record tough.
No, some things on there, Eddie. I see your eyes looking around like, ooh, I might have missed something.
Yeah.
I ain't, bro. Listen,
you gotta tap into that one,
bro. It was a heavy football weekend. I got the 2 albums. I didn't get to 3. My bad. I apologize.
No, ain't no bad. I just seen you looking around like, wait, what I missed?
I got you. I got you today.
Yeah, it's a goodie. It's a goodie for sure. Now, Yasiin Bey, also known as Mos Def, from the collective known as Black Star. Brooklyn native. He was on a podcast, a fashion podcast.
Fashion, okay.
Called The Cutting Room Floor. And was asked if Drake was hip hop.
Like, is Drake hip hop? I know.
Drake is pop.
Because we're here for truth. We're here for truth.
Drake is pop to me.
Right, that's fair. In the sense that it's charting like pop music, popular music?
In the sense, like, if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song. So it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping.
Commercial music.
Or as you know,
music,
shopping with an edge. In certain instances, or
fair. I like Drake's music, but I understand exactly what you're saying.
Of course, I mean,
it's commercial, entertaining, fun, good, it's formulaic music. It's
likable.
Likable music, yeah. You know, I'm gonna leave you alone. We're gonna move on.
Woo! So many products.
So many SKUs.
So many SKUs. Look at all these SKUs. Oh, so many products.
So much merchandising. So many barcodes.
I love this mall. Look at this place. I mean, look at this place. They have everything. Everything's here. They have everything here. This is great. This is a new Drake. You hear it? It's great. This is the thing that we're talking about. It's like nobody wants to talk about. It's like, what happens when the columns start buckling? Are we not in some early stage of that at this present hour? Are we seeing like the collapse of the empire?
Mos Def is one of the legends in the game. But what's your first thought when you see that, Eddie?
He's right and he's wrong.
Right and Drake, wrong. Explain.
Yeah, because Drake is pop. Like, let's be clear. Hip hop is the #1 selling genre in the world. Its biggest star is Drake. Drake's been the most famous rapper on the world for, 15 plus years, it seems like at this point. He makes pop records. Drake also makes...
By pop records, you mean records that are accessible to the masses.
Yes, and I think Drake goes in with some of these records with the intention to do that. Drake is also hip hop. Like, let's not act like the last Scary Hours wasn't 6 songs of him telling old heads, shut the fuck up. Here's all these hip hop tracks you guys want to hear.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I got from it that he was actually telling girls he dated some things. Hip hop had some things. He had a lot he had something for everybody.
Yeah.
And that was hip hop. So I respect Yasiin Bey's opinion. He's a legend. He's done more for hip hop than I've ever done, and to a degree, he is right. But he is also wrong. And what Drake has done as a rapper has done something that no one else has done, because he is everything. He is the guy that gives you reggae records. He's the guy that gives you UK records. He's the guy that gives you R&B. He gives you hip hop. He gives you all the products like Target.
So many SKUs.
Yeah, he gives you all the SKUs.
Yeah,
you know what some of those? You know what some of those products are?
They have everything in this mall.
From this conversation, I think the tone of what he's saying is confusing, or it's like there's shade, but it's not shade, because everything he said was correct. There's everything that Drake has. He's got everything, like you just, pretty much laid out. Target has everything. I guess the comparison was funny as fuck. But when you look at it, he's right on two levels. Where's the message? Right? Like, what's the message that the people take from when they listen to him? Right? So I understand that, but it's like, he has it all on the table.
Do we always need a message, though? Like in the day, like,
from his perspective of the music that Mos Def makes or has made, yeah, I would expect him to say that.
What's like Biggie's message?
He delivers his music with
what's Biggie's message?
He does that. So maybe his criteria for what the consumer should be consuming is that. But it's not a bad thing. It's okay. It's all right.
But what's like Biggie's message? What's Notorious B.I.G.'s message?
So I think I think Mos is talking, Yasiin Bey is talking about this moment in hip hop more than he's talking about Drake specifically or hip hop specifically. I think there's and it was pointed out to me before we started this conversation too, like, Mos has always been anti-consumerism.
Right, like this is not
like a new
revelation of who he is.
If you paid attention, Mos Def's last album, you had to go to the Brooklyn Art Museum and stare at art to hear the album. It was not available on streaming services. The last Black Star album, you couldn't get it on streaming services for these reasons, is because he doesn't want to be a party to this mass consumption, mass consumerism. On the other side, Drake does.
And he
has
that.
Set out and told us multiple times that he wants to best Michael Jackson, who is another person that has a lot of SKUs, and you're gonna hear at Target, and specifically crafted music alongside Rod Temperton and Quincy Jones for the purpose of mass consumption.
Yeah.
To Eddie's point, I think it's really what you want from hip-hop. If you want anti-consumerism, underground hip-hop, it's there for you. If you are a secondary, tertiary kind of, not a primary core purist hip-hop fan, you just like what's on the radio and the popular music.
It's there for you.
That's there for you, you know what I mean? And we live in a society, you can't just kind of take this art form that was born in a capitalist society and remove it and act like it's not going to be party to money making and people chasing millions and billions and these things, because that is also a part of the culture that it was created
That's the business aspect of the music business. Yes, you want your music.
Well, not even the music. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying that the individuals making it are dream chasers. They want to be Rockefeller. They, want to be billionaires, the first hip-hop billionaire, right? This consumerism, this idea of us singing about passing the Cavassier, driving Maybachs, like Ebro, the cars, the clothes. Yo, Mos is talking this shit. He's on a fashion podcast. I don't know if last time you checked, fashion is about consumerism.
Yeah.
Like, it's about buying shit. Now, on the podcast, there's all types of other expressions in fashion and things that aren't, but it is about consumption to some degree. But I think what he's speaking out is things get out of whack. Where now we talk about this on here often, where we think something's great just because it sold a lot.
That happens. That's been happening clearly for years.
But I remember when it started, and we complained about it at the time, and it started with Bad Boy Records. It started with Puffy and them bragging about going platinum.
Right.
Pac had gone platinum before that. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't really.
But it wasn't a part of the convo, right? It wasn't like albums during the 90s started getting treated like movies at the box office. Right? Where, you know, now when they put out the buy, this one sold this many.
That one sold
before the, you know, that Bad Boy Biggie era and that whole thing.
Numbers didn't really exist to us.
They existed, but we weren't chasing the number as much as we were chasing great music, authenticity, credibility in the game.
The best verse, the best production, that's what you were chasing.
And Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt, came out, sold 150,000 copies or something, didn't go platinum. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's still regarded as one of Hov's greatest albums.
If not his best.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so some of this convo has already existed for a while, and I think what you have Yasiin Bey chiming in on is kind of where we sit today. And I will say, Yasiin is right. We are seeing the buckling, the crumbling of the empire that is known as hip-hop and its success, which is why we see these headlines like, what's going on with hip-hop? Sales are down.
Like sales are
Consumption is down. This is down. So you're seeing some of that narrative
play out.
Now, mind you, everything's kind of down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some of the biggest things are still hip-hop. But you're also seeing Rolling Stone is saying SkeeYee, Sexyy Red is the best hip-hop song of 2023. First of all, Rolling Stone, shut the fuck up.
We don't.
Secondly, that makes it sound like I don't like SkeeYee. I like SkeeYee.
I fuck with it.
That shit, come on, that shit sound like something. I ain't mad at it in its proper place in the club.
Yes.
In a mix of something like that. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense.
It does.
But Rolling Stone, that's not for you, bro.
Like the best song of 2023? Like the best?
But my point is a Rolling Stone, which I'm sure is named after the Rolling Stones, which is a rock band. Hip-hop is so big that a magazine that is tailored to or was designed for commenting on rock as popular culture has to comment on hip-hop. And it's making a statement that Sexyy Red, SkeeYee is the number one song.
Because they can't be left out of the conversation. They can't not.
But that's how pop hip-hop is my point.
Right. We have to be in the conversation with this culture and with this genre. We have to act like we know what we're talking about. And clearly, like, that list proves they don't know what they're talking about. But that's another topic.
But that also speaks to the consumerism that is hip-hop now, where you have a lot of outsiders and colonizers of our culture speaking as like experts when they know very little about it, and they exploit it. Like, a lot of this stuff is very purposeful exploitation.
For these kind of conversations.
For what Yasiin Bey, which is consumerism. They put that, Rolling Stone put that because they knew it would piss off a section of hip-hop and it would intrigue a section of hip-hop. And then the tertiary, secondary hip-hop fan might click on it because they like the song.
Right.
So they knew they were getting people to do a function, getting us to talk about it, to consume.
They found different portals of entry.
And they wanted us to consume.
And clearly we took the bait because here we are.
And, you know, we're in this business as well, fam. Like, we work at Apple and we're producing content. But more than anything, it's about the intent. We don't put stuff out there with the intent to manipulate, or we're not fishing for clicks. I know
it depends.
It's weird with
this.
Who
you talk when?
Well, we always are. Let's not.
I would frame it this way, Eddie. We definitely do what you're talking about, but I would frame it this way: we contribute to the other things as well.
Yes,
it's not. So, like, if you use Drake as the critique of, like, here's the problem, which I don't, but in this convo, it started there. You would say, if you have a problem with Drake, you would say he only contributes to this kind of mainstream numbers, chart topping. He doesn't have anything to say about the culture. He doesn't have anything specifically to say about what's going on in society. That's not who he is as an artist. I don't expect that from Drake and don't have a problem with it. But what I will say about Drake, he may not do that in his lyrics, but I'll tell you what he does do. He exposes the world and people who may not know about other sounds of music to black music from around the world through UK energy, Afrobeat energy, Caribbean energy, even stepping into the Latin scene and bringing those worlds together. So he contributes in a way of building bridges for black music that I don't think Drake gets the props he should get.
It's not a total contribution like you just said about the life experiences and what's going on around the world or whatever the case is, but there is a portion of him that has an ear that helps us understand different music from around.
Yeah, and he doesn't get
credit. I believe he deserves a lot more credit for that than he gets.
And emerging artists. Like, we just started the show off talking about 21 Savage, and even though we're very aware of 21 Savage and have been for years, how many people probably didn't know 21 existed like that, and their gateway to him was Drake.
And that's
well, and here's the other side. I don't think anybody, in my opinion, on this convo, I don't think there's a side.
No.
In my opinion.
No.
I think we need both. We need someone like Yasiin Bey to call to task or to critique the biggest artist in the world.
But we do that a lot.
Well, no, but I think hip-hop needs to never get away from that.
Oh, okay.
Like, that is something that, as hip-hop, has always kept us honest, right? Even Drake releasing those 6 songs that we all love.
Right.
The deluxe on the
Scary Hours,
the dogs, Scary Hours. That happened because, so it seems, because of the critique of Drake.
Yeah. And when you care, when you're in this art form and you care about what people think of you as an artist, a lyricist, just a person that has been around for so fucking long. When you care, that's what happens. When you care that much, that's what happens. Yeah. You get back to the root of why you started this whole thing. And you remind people like me, you, Ebro, Joe, you know, Elliot, whoever it is, you remind us like, yeah, that's always been there, and that's why we fell in love with you. So thank you for reminding us, and thank you for caring about, you know, the craft, the culture, and the art form.
And let's be honest, Yasiin Bey, I know you didn't go listen to that Scary Hours Deluxe for all the dogs. I think you should. Because if the only Drake you're bumping into is in Target or on the radio, then you would be on some like...
He's pop.
That's all it is.
Because now you're not looking at how we know what this man can do. He is pop, but the boy can rap his ass off. And you being a lyricist should understand that. That's just my take.
You guys think I was too hard on Rolling Stone?
No.
Good.
Nah, fuck
yo,
him.
Rolling Stone, shut the fuck up, yo. Sexyy Red. Yo, Sexyy Red is not...
She the homie, though. Shout out to Sexyy Red.
What is that based on?
Offset and Cardi B, jealousy?
Well, they put Lotto, Cardi B, put it on the floor at number 2. So is this just like... Look, I will be honest. They have Drake and J. Cole, first-person shooter, at number 7. I keep it real. As far as rap goes and hip-hop goes in 2023, that might be the number 1 song in 2023.
First-person shooter.
First-person shooter, Drake and J. Cole checks all the boxes for me.
That should be...
A-list rappers.
Yeah.
Rapping for an entire song.
Yep.
There's no hook on the song.
Not at all.
And it's a hit record.
That's that.
And the beat is fire.
That's number 1.
I'm biased. I'm going to just say scientists and engineers just because Andre 3000 rapped. And
okay, and listen, I ain't mad at you. I'm with that too.
Or if I wanted to cheat, I'm going to do a cheat for the TikTok generation.
What?
I'm going to say surround sound, even though it's 2 years old.
JID came back.
But it came back because of TikTok. So let's cheat.
But you can't act like Gunna Fuck You Mean ain't going to be on there.
Fire.
That should be top 5.
They got it at number 11.
They got it wrong.
They slipping.
Yeah.
Yo, but shout to the kids 41 from Brooklyn, though. They got them at number 8.
I like that one.
I like that slot for them.
I like that one.
It might be a little high, but, you know.
Nah, Gunna should be at least at number 5. That little Yachty record can go.
SkeeYee.
I get it for what its intent, for what it's supposed to do.
With the TikTok and
the
football teams using it.
I get it.
And all of that, and the clubs. But my problem is it's a song, it's not a song you listen to, it's a song you activate with. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Complete.
It's a record that you throw on like
to get active.
To dance.
And to get activated.
To activate. It's not a song that you just kind of, you chilling and
let me throw that shit on. Like,
let me throw on that SkeeYee real quick.
You might.
It serves your bro.
No, but look, when the girls is putting on their makeup ready to get out,
they put
it on their dress, whatever they going to hit the street,
serves its
they
purpose.
listening to the SkeeYee.
It serves its purpose, bro. But as a rap record, it doesn't check all the boxes, at least for me. But the record,
ladies like it. I love it.
You a lie. And for Rap Life Review, for Eddie and Low, Lion Ass Eddie and Low, my name's Ebro, man. We'll see y'all next week, bro.
What's up? Nadeska here, and if you enjoyed this episode of the Rap Life Review, you can catch me here every week with Lowkey and Ebro. Subscribe, hit the like button, make sure you never miss an episode, and of course, drop us a comment below, and we'll see you next time on the Rap Life Review.